should do a reality TV show. Here's the premise, okay? We're going to take 50 modern day feminists and we're going to drop them into a country that's not first world, right? And just watch, right? Just have cameras placed up all around the place, cameras trailing them, and just watch how their lives progress. Interview them before with all their feminism shit, and interview them after. And then juxtapose the before interview with the after interview. I think it'd make amazing TV. Amazing. Guys, you're looking at the thumbnail, you're looking at the title of the video, y'all already know what time it is. It is time to get active. Got another compilation for you guys. Shout out again to 21 Studios to put together these fantastic comps. Make sure you guys go over there and check them out. Top 22 women on TikTok destroying feminism. Without further ado.
Call me biased because this happened to my husband, but hear me out. So an ad came up on his Facebook for a cell phone company that was giving donations to women's shelters. Listen closely to his comment. He said, "Wow, it's great to see good causes like this being supported by big companies. It would be great to see the men's shelters supported as well so that we can create an equal dialogue."
Fair
super
comment.
Positive, super fair, super non-dismissive, and frankly, he's right. He was promptly attacked by women telling him to go cry about it, go put on a dress and sleep in the street in the rain and see how it feels. I don't think they realized who they were talking to or how much it hurt. He's been homeless. He was kicked out at 17 and he's been on his own ever since. He's a recovered drug addict who has spent many nights on the streets. And guess what? There was nowhere for him to go because women's shelters are everywhere, but you are hard-pressed to find one that will take a man, especially a 17-year-old boy. But he's coming from a place of full understanding of the needs for these resources, and he has every right to ask for equality in that. And he was met with absolutely no understanding in return. If this is the kind of equality women want, count me out.
Oh my God. It's just so ridiculous to think, like, at any point in your complaining about his comment, do you think of who are most of the homeless people? Most homeless people are men. You know, like, it just doesn't even occur to you, but you're just so deeply soaked within your feminism bullshit, your women's superiority bullshit, that you can't see the forest beyond the trees. It's absolutely disgusting behavior. Let's keep going.
Being privileged is being able to sit at home in America and tweet from your iPhone about how oppressed you are because people don't know your correct gender pronoun. Meanwhile, in other countries, at the age of 6 years old, they're sent to mine cobalt so that you can have that lithium battery in your iPhone to tweet about how oppressed you are.
So I consider myself to be an anti-feminist because the modern day feminism movement attacks everything that it means to be a woman. They don't want to empower women for the things that make us different and special, like being able to give birth and raise kids. They don't even want to consider that a quality of a woman, but of a birthing person instead. Also, I don't hate all men, and I don't think that's cute, and I don't think it's funny, and I think the war on men is actually really disgusting. That being said, I don't think of myself as a victim. I don't think I'm oppressed because of my gender. I think I have the same rights as men, and if you have any ideas of what rights I don't have that men do, be sure to leave that in the comments. I'm pro-women, anti-feminist.
I like that. I like that a lot. Here's what I want to do. I want to do a science project, right? We should do a reality TV show, right? We should do a reality TV show. Here's the premise, okay? We're going to take 50 modern day feminists and we're going to drop them into a country that's not first world, right? And just watch, right? Just have cameras placed up all around the place, cameras trailing them, and just watch how their lives progress, right? It should be like a 8-week show or something like that. And then interview them before with all their feminism shit, and interview them after. And then juxtapose the before interview with the after interview. I think it'd make amazing TV. Amazing. Let's keep going.
Taking advantage of a woman when she's drunk is so wrong. I totally agree. And I mean, it's so wrong when women do it to men too. Taking advantage of a man when he's drunk, financial domination, trying to appeal to his porn addiction or sex addiction, you know, to get a little extra cash. It's really sad.
Yeah. Oh.
By now, I'm pretty sure we've all seen the 97% of women will be sexually assaulted in their lifetime videos. Whether that statistic is true or not, we will disregard for the purpose of this video. Let's assume it's true. When men say not all men are I don't think they're trying to disregard the issue that is clearly at hand. I think men just don't want to be classified as who are genuinely good men.
Right.
Nor should we be classifying all men as or most men as or enough men as. We need to be standing with men against not against men because of. We're creating division right now. This is ridiculous. We need to stand together, not tear ourselves apart.
Shout out to these ladies. And here's the thing. Not most women believe this shit. It's a certain subset of women that scream the loudest. But the loudest have to have criticism placed up against them. Okay. I know a big thing that was going on a couple of years ago was this R culture thing, as if to denote that there's a culture of R that's going on, as if not to say that no one agrees with R. No one agrees with R-ing people. No one agrees with that shit. It's not a culture of men are just like, it's high-fiving and slapping each other. Like, oh yeah, we're all going to go out in R tonight because it's a part of our culture. That's not a thing. That just doesn't exist. No one agrees with that shit that happens. If it does occur, that person should be thrown up under the jail, right? If proven in a court of law, if that person doesn't agree and she does think that this happened or he thinks that this does happen, they should be thrown up under the jail if found guilty. But it's not a culture that puts it on a pedestal as if it exists here. Now, there's places in the world where it is a part of their culture. But I digress.
Who falsely accuse men of should be prosecuted to the full extent and receive the same sentence as a.
I agree with that.
Have you ever watched a woman at a bar?
Men have little or no control and expect a trophy for not being ours. Despicable. I can't believe I share Earth with some of these people.
Hit on a man and get turned down? You want to talk about not having self-control? Try a woman getting turned down. I've seen women become violent and
very angry
and rude, all because a guy turns her down. You want to talk about not having self-control? You ever seen women grab up on men at the bar? The guy's uncomfortable and tells them to stop, and they keep going.
They keep going,
it's flirtatious and cute when they're assaulting him.
Yes.
Flip the other side, and a man did that. People will be all over him.
Yes.
And throwing him out.
Here's the thing. It depends on the level of attractiveness of the man. Let me just tell you guys flat out, the world's not fair. Earth is not fair. Same thing from a woman as well. Like if a grenade comes over to me and it just starts grabbing on my Johnson, you know what I'm saying? Oh, get away from me, behemoth. You know what I'm saying? But if a 9 or a 10 comes over, I'm just like, all right. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. It's just, you guys got to know your level of attractiveness in the you know what I'm saying? But don't do it. Like, just don't go out your way to be a creep and shit like that. I had a specific situation in my life, and this girl was like legitimately stalking me. Every time that I saw her, she'd be touching me and rubbing me. And I would tell her to her face, please, I don't want you to do that anymore. And she would just insist on that shit. And last I heard, the word a gay slur came out of her mouth in reference to me, as if I am a homosexual because I don't want your grenade ass to continue to assault me. You know what I'm saying? It's just, that's where we are at right now. Not all, but those that commit the shit should be called out just as much. It's not right if either side of the coin does it. All right. It's just, if you're genetically superior, you got a lot more allowances. It's pretty/handsome privilege. It's one of the benefits. All right. Let's move on.
You know how women always preach that narrative that men hate women? Here's some statistics for you. I started this week off at about 17% women following my page. As of today, I'm at 13% of women are following my page out of that 14,000 number that you see on the top of my page.
Okay.
So the more that I speak on men and equal rights for men, less women followers I have.
Yeah, it doesn't appeal to them.
But yet, men hate women. Right.
That's not a good argument. It's not a good argument just because it just doesn't appeal to the things that they want to look at. So it doesn't mean that the people that are leaving hate men. It's just they want to find something else that appeals to what they want to watch from a media perspective. So I get where she was going with that, but I don't equate the two. But let's keep going.
Women be like, women should be free to do whatever they want. Oh yeah? Well, what about women with conservative values? What about women who choose to stay at home and raise their own children and be homemakers instead of boss babes?
Modern day feminists hate those women, right? It's right to choose unless you choose to be traditional. Then they hate y'all. They call you pick-me's and shit. It's ridiculous.
What about women who don't want to be Miss Independent? I don't even know.
Yeah.
What about those?
According to feminism, full-time corporate job, thumbs up. Public school teacher, okay. Professional chef. It's gonna be a thumbs down when it's staying home, taking care of kids. Homeschooling mom, right? Stay up right. Nailed it.
Who wants to work full time, then come home, take care of a house and kids, and 1-year-old, miserable.
Why are we still pretending that women make less for the same job as men do?
Because it's popping in 2021, going into 2022 to be a victim. That's just the only reason why. I think the more people that sit in a victim, like being a victim is one of the most powerful things you could do in social media environments today. It's the spirit bomb of techniques, all right? It's what you deploy as a surefire way to win.
Because of misogyny. Now, yes, the national average is higher for men than versus women,
but there's explainable reasons for that.
Choose higher paying career paths, are more aggressive or more competitive when it comes to getting raises. And women, on average, tend to choose lower paying jobs or jobs that they enjoy more. That
makes them feel better about themselves.
I know, because I'm one of them. I want to be an editor. I'm never going to make as much as an engineer or a doctor or a lawyer.
No, you won't.
Or even a plumber. And when it comes to working the same job, women just aren't as competitive. They also tend to work fewer hours. And they take a lot more time off for kids. That's going to lead to less experience and so less pay raises. Be more competitive. Choose a higher paying job field. And for the love of all that is good, stop complaining.
I have no feminism left in my body.
You know what's funny about shit like this? Well, her toes done and shit, kayaking. You know what's funny about this? Ladies don't understand that allowing guys to do, like, he's a happy camper, right? Women, you have to play into your feminine energy. You got to know when to take the seat back and let him do his thug dizzle. You understand what I'm saying? Like, he going to get back to the end of that shit. He going to help you up out of the goddamn canoe. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you good on the way to the car. Y'all on the way home, you nibbling on his ear, thanking him for all the muscles that he just used, and then get into the crib and extract all seminal fluid from his body. I mean, guns for buns. There's a good exchange there. It works.
I think men are better than women.
She's kidding.
No, I'm not.
I'm tired of the soundbite.
They provide for us, and we must obey them because they are our masters.
Women love to quote the false statistic that the reason we don't have birth control for men is because the men who were in the study couldn't handle the side effects. It's their way of trying to say why men are trash and women are superior and we bear the burden of birth control. Let's shed a little light on the actual truth of that birth control study. That study took place in 2016 amongst 375 healthy men. Yes, some men did drop out of the study because of the side effects, a whopping 20. We only focus on those 20 because it furthers our agenda. The real reason that that particular birth control study didn't come to fruition is because it was halted by an independent safety review panel, because that particular injectable birth control was leaving men permanently infertile against their will, and in one case, a man died.
Holy shit.
I did want to respond to this comment really quickly because
trans women are real women. Trans men are real men. Being a feminist is wanting equality for all. Do your research, please. These are the type of arguments that allow trans women to knock real women unconscious in mixed martial arts events. This same logic.
liberal views are all about science. Let's believe in science. So if this holds true, then you have to agree with me that a man has an XY chromosome, whereas a woman has an XX chromosome.
Big true.
Therefore, our chemical makeup is actually going to be different from each other depending on our gender.
Correct.
And that science is not going to change because your feelings are hurt. Therefore, you are actually taking away equality of women and men by putting biological men back into women's sports because they have a physical advantage over women.
Yes.
You have to agree with me there, right?
When did the whole killing an innocent child because you can't take responsibility for your actions become a right?
Oh, shit.
And I also don't support the movement, kill all men. And I don't preach that porn is an uplifting resort for men. And I don't support the single motherhood right that's shooting up because the government is teaching women that we just need welfare to be happy and have a family. And if you call yourself a modern day feminist and you say that you love all women, you need a reality check because you only love the women who have the exact same mindset as you. You're not pro women and you're not pro America. You're pro stripping America from all of its traditional values and pushing modern day liberalism on everyone, which is the real pandemic.
The other day I was at Target and I was looking for clothes for my son. I was in the toddler section and I saw two shirts side by side. One of them was pink and it said, "The future is female." And the one next to it was for boys and it said, "Goofy guy."
Wow.
And I just have to say this idea that the future is female is such a load of crap. I don't know if you guys missed biology class.
Yeah, you need male and female.
But in order for there to be any kind of future at all, there needs to be females and males. And I just hate this whole idea that we're teaching children, by the way, that it's a battle between men and women, who can make the most money, who can be more successful, who can run the world. It's not like that at all. The truth is,
and the shit is that it's not the men that are competing, right? Like it's not the men. Like it's just like, you know what's crazy? I wonder who's in like the feminist marketing department. Right, like who said, this is a good idea. How about we look at the things that men are doing, right? And say, whatever they're doing, ladies, compete with them. Right? It's not about a competition. This is the basis of how a gender war starts. Why can't it be take a look at your natural gifts and abilities and be the best at that? Why can't that be it? But instead, and you get these corporations that bite onto this shit and just say, well, it's trendy, it's in style right now. Let's use it to sell some products and put "the future is female" on baby clothing. And then on the opposite, dumb guy. put Junior walking around with a guy's dumb shirt, goofy guy, whatever the hell that they put on a goddamn shirt. It's just, and this is the shit that we see from young. You know what I'm saying? It's, why can't it be, let's work together? Like something like that. No, that would suck. Okay, let's keep going.
Work together. And that is how we build a successful future. And that's what we need to be teaching our children.
Maybe it's not that bad. If women get to choose if the baby lives or, then men should be able to choose if they want to pay for child support. Equality, right? Does equality only matter when it benefits women?
Copyright.
Okay.
You know what's so sad is how many women, especially feminists, walk around and say, "Oh, men are so privileged. It must be so great to be a man." Yeah, it must be so great. Does nobody give a shit about your feelings? Nobody. And when you have a woman that steps up to try to speak for men's issues, oh man, society will just start to treat her the exact same way that they treat men. They'll
Except
start
for
to
over
make
here.
false allegations about her. They'll take down their social media. They'll silence her. Meanwhile, praising the toxic women that are doing harmful shit in society. And I think that this is frustrating for me. Men live this every single day. As a woman, I have somewhat of a right to complain. But men, as soon as they say, "Hey, this is bullshit," they're just bitching. They're soft. They have little dick energy, right? Nah, man, it must f***ing suck to be a guy. You know why? Because nobody f***ing cares. Nobody cares about you if you're a guy.
No, it doesn't suck. I actually love it. I love the ability to make myself into whatever that I want. You know what I'm saying? And I'm grateful that I was raised in a family that taught me these things. I know some other of my brethren, aren't as privileged as me when it comes to having the family structure that I'd had. Even if I was in a single parent home, I know most of the people that look like me are not raised with a type of father that I had. within my life. And I think that because my life was structured in a way and set with clear discipline, clear boundaries, and he put me into hard task, hard sports earlier in life, so I can understand how to overcome, how to persevere. I know I made a Dragon Ball Z reference earlier, but that's one of the reasons why I love Dragon Ball Z, because it's all about pushing beyond your limits. And as men, if you do not understand that earlier off in life, then shit is gonna go awry for you. And what happens is that you don't understand that we don't get all of the things that women can leverage in a society. We don't get those things. The world feels less sorry for us than they do for women. I'm not mad at women. It's a double standard, okay? Because they got other shit that they got to worry about. But as a man, you have to create yourself. You have to create your purpose. And if you do these things and you spend clear, intentional time in your life doing it, and not clear and intentional time consuming everything on Netflix, then you can forge a good life for yourself. So keep doing that, and you won't have those thoughts. Questions, comments, concerns? Y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. It's I love doing these videos to watch that. Oh no, there are women that say bump all this other modern day shit, which seems to have the majority of our modern day world captured in the genjutsu of bullshit. And they're going to go against the grain and speak pure and utter truths. It's good to be able to see it from time to time. All right. Shout out again to 21 Studios. Guys, make sure you go over there and check out the channel. All right. Until next time, YouTube.